Hello, and welcome to the School of Applied Psychology. I'm so glad that you're interested in studying a degree with us. We offer degrees in a range of study areas: counselling, psychology, and suicidology. So why would you want to choose to study an applied psychology degree at Griffith University? We are the only school of applied psychology in Australia, so there's a very strong emphasis throughout our degree programs of practical, hands-on skills development to produce work-ready graduates. We are situated within one of the largest health faculties in Australia within the health group of Griffith University. This means that you will have access to elective courses from across a range of health disciplines, but also can choose elective courses from the wider university. The future of psychology and counselling lies within teamwork, and this interdisciplinary approach helps you understand the role you can play in a wider team of allied professionals in your future career. Psychological science is advancing at a very rapid pace, and our researchers are really leading the march and making discoveries that are shaping the future of society. We have areas of research strength across a range of applied and theoretical areas in clinical, organisational, health, social, developmental, and cognitive neuropsychology. This means that the people that are teaching you in your degree programs are also researchers of world-class standards, and so you are learning from people who know the very latest research in the areas that they are teaching. How you learn at Griffith in the School of Applied Psychology is innovative and flexible to meet the needs of today's students. You will combine classroom learning with simulated learning and practical placements. Remember, we're the only school of applied psychology in Australia. You will have work-integrated learning or professional placement opportunities that will allow you to integrate the theoretical learning and skills development from your courses in the workplace in the real world. We offer a range of flexible options. You'll have the opportunity to study in a blended mode with some material delivered online and some face-to-face in the classroom on campus. You can study across 3 trimesters, and you can also choose whether to study part-time or full-time and make changes as suits your changing life across the duration of your degree. We have a range of degrees that emphasise different interests and lead to different career paths. We're sure that you'll find one that suits your interests and your future career with us. We offer a Bachelor of Counselling degree where you can learn to make a real difference in people's lives. But rather than hear from me, I'd like you to hear from one of our Bachelor of Counselling students. Please listen to Lauren Schlager while she tells you her story.
I was really fortunate to grow up in a household with a mother who had a background in behavioural science, and I was really fortunate that she fostered this value on people, and the thing that stayed the same was wanting to do something in psychology or counselling. Griffith really spoke to me because it was the most practical. They were more focused on skills and giving students the opportunity to work in those environments and get an understanding of the field that they'd be going into when they graduated. I think team-based learning, especially in a psychology/counselling degree, I think it's so important because you're working with people. It's empowered me because I know that I've got a team of lecturers and tutors who will genuinely want me to come to them and work with them to get the best outcome possible. I really just want to do my best to support the great work that's already happening and try and build on that to the best of my ability. My name is Lauren Schlager and I study a Bachelor of Counselling at Griffith University.
So there you can hear from a Bachelor of Counselling student herself about the excellent opportunity she's had during her degree. We also offer a Bachelor of Psychological Science. This is our most flexible degree and enables a perfect combination of maximum choice and maximum elective choices so that you can choose what your degree looks like. Meet Zarif Afandi. He studied a Bachelor of Psychological Science with us and is now a renowned motivator, life coach, public speaker, extreme sportsman, and author, as well as being an awarded humanitarian. He has gone on to roles after his Bachelor of Psychological Science with UNICEF, as well as working in humanitarian and youth development roles with the Malaysian government. In 2020, Zarif was named Griffith Health's International Outstanding Alumnus of the Year. This is just one example of the great success our graduates have had in the world after their degrees. We also offer a Bachelor of Psychology with Honours. This degree is the minimum pathway required to enter postgraduate training to become a registered psychologist. I'd like you to hear from Clinton Schultz, one of our graduates of the Bachelor of Psychology with Honours, and hear about his experiences and where a degree with our school at Griffith University has taken him.
Yama Ninda. To me, coming from a collectivist-based society, making a difference in the world is what our purpose here actually is. The psychology that I practice, I guess, would be considered quite different to what a lot of people practice. I'm a strong believer in there's a difference between an Aboriginal psychology and Western-based psychologies. I studied psychology at Griffith University. These days I do a multitude of things. So I still run a psychology business. I also have a non-alcoholic craft beer business. Sober came about from a few angles. Predominantly, I stopped drinking completely about nearly 5 years ago now. And that came about just through my boys just saying to me one day, "Dad, can you stop drinking silly drink?" And I just went, "Yeah, I can." That was part of it. And the other part was I just got to a space in my life where I just couldn't handle being a hypocrite. So if I was going to be out talking to others about the dangers of unhealthy relationships with drugs and alcohol, then I wanted to be damn sure that I wasn't continuing to have one myself. My experience at Griffith has changed me for the positive. I've definitely learned to roll with the punches. It helped me to have a voice, helped me to have a position where I get to exercise that voice. What does the future hold for me? Who knows? My drive at the moment is to, first and foremost, build Sober so that the charity side of it can really kick off. I really see a void in the way that drug and alcohol healing work is done in this country, particularly for us as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. I work with a lot of non-Indigenous people using Aboriginal philosophies, and it works.
So where could your degree take you? Clinton started off just like you, wondering about where to go to study and what degree to do, and choosing a degree at Griffith University in the School of Applied Psychology has taken him to amazing places in his career. We also offer several double degrees, and that means that you can combine 2 degrees and complete them in a minimal period of time. You can also begin to study a master's degree while you're still completing your bachelor degree with our innovative vertical degrees. We also have a range of specialised study areas in postgraduate options as well after you finish a bachelor qualification. So you can choose to study 3 or 4-year bachelor degrees and an option of also having an honours qualification at the end of that bachelor degree. We have double degrees with exercise science, law, business, criminology and criminal justice, and vertical degrees that incorporate the Bachelor of Psychological Science with either a Master of Mental Health Practice or a Master of Rehabilitation, all within just 4 years. We have many postgraduate degree options as well that can be completed after the bachelor degree. We have degrees in clinical and organisational psychology, as well as a degree in suicidology at the master's level. Graduates of our undergraduate psychology and counselling degrees also can choose postgraduate options from the wider offerings within the health faculty. Meet Ingrid Ozols. Ingrid is a graduate of the Master of Suicidology program. As the founder of Mental Health at Work, which is a national mental health and suicide prevention consultancy that supports employers at strategic and practical levels to employ more Australians with mental health challenges, she advocates for organisational change in mental health services and suicide prevention. Ingrid says that my master's degree gave me a chance to build relationships with people who have helped me further develop my work. In 2019, she was named as a member of the Order of Australia for her significant service to mental health and suicide prevention in the workplace. She sits on a number of national advisory groups and has a number of official appointments. Meet Erin Condren. Erin completed a Bachelor of Psychological Science in the School of Applied Psychology. She says that she was amazed at what supports were available for students with disabilities like her. After graduating from her Bachelor of Psychological Science degree, Erin chose to go on with Griffith and study a Master of Speech Pathology to meet her career aspirations of working with children who have speech and language difficulties. You might have a lot of questions about the degree at Griffith, and we're here to answer your questions. You can find information on the Griffith University website about how to apply, what you can study, what life at Griffith is like, and a number of other aspects. You can also speak to one of the staff from the School of Applied Psychology about your degree interests and future career aspirations. Thank you. I hope that we get to see you soon in a degree on campus at the School of Applied Psychology at Griffith University.